Well, Zack was in the neighborhood, and we figured, what the fuck? Why not? Let's knock out a quick one. Let's bang out a quickie.
Quickie.
When did you join a biker gang?
Look, my hair's in that awkward stage where it's like getting long, but it's
Do you want to grow it out?
I do. I want it to grow out to where like I'm just gonna grow until I can't stand it anymore.
As long as I've had it before?
Yeah.
You think that'll help you with rolls?
I don't know.
I miss my long hair. I loved my long hair. My wife doesn't want me to have it.
Really?
But I met her. We got married.
With long hair.
Yeah.
I know. That's
I liked
the whole
my
thing.
long hair. The man bun, you just feel like I fucking did something.
I let this happen.
Yeah. When really it was, it started out, I was smoking a lot of pot. Then I was taking pills. I was just lazy and didn't feel like getting a haircut.
Well, that's kind of like what mine started with, but like now I'm kind of like liking it. And this is going to sound weird, but I kind of like the way it looks when I haven't washed it for 2 or 3 days.
You won't when it gets much longer.
Well, when it gets much longer, the weight will keep it down when I won't carry.
Bro, the grease is real, though. Now,
It's it's bad to wash your hair too much, though.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you should let some fucking water run through it every now and again.
Well, that's different. I mean, I'll let water run.
Long hair.
I'm not like
there's
not
more,
getting my head wet when I'm taking a shower.
There's more maintenance to it than you're realizing, and you're being a cocky little shit about it. I've lived the life. My hair's
been longer than this.
I know. I've seen the pictures. But you pussy out at shoulder length. I've seen it.
Your hair wasn't longer than shoulder.
Where's my license? Yes, do I have wedding pictures in here? Dude.
That hair was shoulder length in the wedding.
Okay, you pussy out after ear length.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
I'm still going.
My hair was long. I could ponytail. I never ponytail because I'm not a pussy.
I mean, it was long.
Buns. The best part is man buns.
Buns.
And yeah, I just felt like a fucking rapper, actor. I was just like, I just gotta just put it in a bun. But what isn't good is when it's not quite like when I filmed my music video, it was just long enough to put it in the tightest of little dog asshole
samurai bun.
It looked like Henry's tail. Yeah, just dink.
Bing.
And then you're getting all these flyaways.
Yeah, because none of it can stay together. It's not long enough all together collectively.
I'm going gray already. I get them up in here. So I'd get these gray long guys.
Dude, let it grow back.
She doesn't. Yeah.
I'm going for it. I'm going to try and make it through the new year. I'm going the rest of the year.
Do you take biotin?
No.
Take biotin. Yeah, balanced diet, I think, helps your hair grow a little better.
Oh, shit. I don't got a balanced diet at all.
Biotin, it's not like this miracle grow for your hair necessarily. It promotes healthy... You fucking dipshit. Did that get on my chair? I don't care if it did.
It did.
I got tomato sauce on this chair the other day, and I just flipped the cushion.
Okay, good.
So we'll flip it over one day. It's got roaches and shit.
My bad.
I don't care.
Sloppy
I
fest.
swear, I don't care. Biotin, if it doesn't make it grow faster, it does make it grow healthier.
All right. Well, where do I get that? Like a supplement store or some shit?
Yeah. You can get it at Walmart.
Okay, word.
I wonder if you took like 4 Hims, which is, they sponsor a shit ton of podcasts, or they sell hair growth and boner pills all online.
Oh, nice. Do you get all of that product?
It's not an all-in-one.
Oh, okay.
Your hair will grow and your dick will be throbbing.
Do you want long hair and a hard dick all day?
Yes.
This is the package for you.
I'm sure you could take them.
The package for your package.
Yeah. I'm sure you could take them in conjunction with each other. Yeah, why not? Here's a story. One time I scooped this old guy's Viagra once. Yeesh.
Oh, shit.
My boner lasted longer than 4 hours. I should have consulted a doctor.
Did you waistband it the whole day? Like, what did you do? Like, how did it...
Fucked my wife. And... yeah.
All right. Were you home all day?
No.
I mean, that would have been kind of fun.
Well, here's the thing.
To be
it
home
wasn't.
all day and like be like,
it wasn't.
Still going.
It wasn't until.
You still clocking this?
It wasn't until sexual activities commenced that I was at attention. But then once I was at attention,
you were at attention,
and it wasn't going down.
Did it? I bet you it got painful.
Yeah, taking opiates, at least for me, they call it like a Oxycontin dick. You just don't come. You can't come.
It's like whiskey dick.
I thought whiskey dick was you couldn't get it up.
Oh shit! I thought it was the other way around.
I took Xanax one time and couldn't get it up, and that's embarrassing.
Oh shit!
And it feels bad for. This was my wife who didn't know I was taking that. I think I'm stressed. I'm tired. I mean, it literally wasn't working.
Oh God.
However, the other one I could get hard, but I could just go, and it was like it turned into like an ego thing. Like, sorry, I can go, and I set a pretty false precedent on my stamina.
Oh shit.
But yeah, don't take Viagra if you don't need it.
Fair enough. That's interesting. I've never actually heard a true testimonial from someone of it
Really,
gone wrong.
And I don't even think it necessarily increases stamina. I don't think Viagra is a premature ejaculation cure, but you will ejaculate and you will stay lifted.
Damn. So there's no like release of tension afterwards and relaxation. It's just
No, you got to just chill
just
there.
like,
Yeah.
woo.
Now, fuck. What was I just gonna say? Oh, I've seen. For some reason, I get ads on even like YouTube or Instagram. I don't know if they're trying to tell me something. Probably based on the shit we talk about on this podcast. They just target us.
phones are listening.
Oh, they are. I mean, that's proven. But there's, I guess, like a cream that you can. It might be some sort of analgesic thing that you rub on your wiener, and is supposed to aid in premature ejaculation.
No shit.
Allegedly.
Nah, I'm trained myself. I'm getting pretty good.
Talk about it.
I'm just saying. Certain
Hey!
Oh Jesus. I'm destroying the place, the set. I don't know, certain positions, you can just hold out longer for me, especially when I'm like on the bottom.
On the bottom.
Oh shit. But yeah, and just I don't know.
It's wrapped in your
I heard
shoelace.
I heard another technique where you could like grab like in the middle of
Intercourse.
yeah, you fucking grab your shit right at the head, right below it, and
Like
pinch.
jelking? Or not,
Pinch that shit.
Edging.
Or I don't know what that is. That what it is? Where you pinch it
Yeah, you stop
and you can
your
like stop
orgasm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know how like soon before you have to do it. You do it maybe like right before it.
Man, when
I would like do it several times. Like, I think it's working.
that was a strategy that I'm sure every guy has looked up of like how to grow your dick. Was essentially masturbating to the point of climax and you stop and then you like grab it really. I tried it like once. I'm like, this hurts. I'm fine. I'm content. I'm not Mandingo, but I get the job done. And they like pull the blood. You push the blood up and apparently it makes it grow.
What? Damn, I never. Wow.
I don't know. There was a rumor that a kid at our high school, he was older than us, took Extends. And you know Extends?
I don't think so.
It's like a dick grow pill.
Oh shit.
Allegedly. But it like I never saw the subject, but apparently it just like made his wang purple. So I guess it got bigger, but it made it purple.
Oh, no.
And I remember like weighing out the pros and cons of like purple, huge. They don't really look at it if it's going to be in there.
Nah, dude.
I don't want purple.
No purple.
That sounds painful.
God.
I remember the first time I ever got blue balls, I thought like I've got cancer. I've got testicular cancer and it's over with.
Like your life is over with?
I thought I was going to die. Blue balls.
Yeah, I know.
Hurts.
I know.
People don't understand. Women don't understand.
I know. It's not fun. But damn, dude, you thought you were going to die. I mean, shit, dude. Have you ever...
Because it was like so bad. I had to be probably like 14 or 15. It was so bad to the point where I wanked it. I remember in the tub. So I just bathed in my own fluids. And
cesspool of fucking baby gravy and
baby gravy.
Sweat and nastiness.
Asshole
Sick
juice.
fuck.
Butt juice.
Yeah, dude.
That's all a bath is you're bathing in your own ass.
Never even thought of that. First of all, and like women, they love to take a bath. I just gotta take a bath. Take a bath.
Whatever, you're swimming in your own asshole juice. Fuck, what was I just talking about? Oh, it didn't go away. Like it still hurt for another like 30 minutes. One time, I think this was, I looked this up. This is pretty common. I had a lump in my testes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about if you ever.
Yeah. And I was freaking out. I got to the point where I thought like maybe it's just blue balls. Like it hurt like blue balls. And when you squeezed it was really sensitive. I got to the point where I was 20 maybe. I had to tell my mom. She didn't feel it. But I said, like, I have a lump in my testicles and I'm worried about it. So I went and got an ultrasound. Very uncomfortable. This lady had to, like I was checking on my newborn, on my infant, put the gel.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that shit, man.
She was feeling around down there, man. It's easy to get confused. No, she was very professional. She talked to me, chill the whole time. It was really, no, I didn't. I told myself, I was like, you're not going to do this.
Yeah, that was probably a mental game, though, where you just had to sit there and be like,
we're not doing this today. And man,
I said we're not doing this today.
That was at a point where I was dating somebody but wasn't doing anything. So it was really just perpetual blue balls that led up to something called epididymitis. Which doesn't sound real, but there's a lining on the outside of your actual testes, the epididymis. And essentially what epididymitis is an infection of the epididymis. So
that's what caused the bump?
Yes. So it
inflamed.
It inflamed, a little tender. They just gave me an antibiotic. It went away.
Nice.
But I legit thought, like, I'm Lance Armstrong. I have testicular cancer.
It's over. I'm going to have to make my legacy in the next few months.
I looked it up, and they're like, testicular cancer has a 99% survival rate. I was like, I'm that 1%. That's it. I'm going to be the kid.
That's exactly what I thought with the deck. I'm like, no, I'm the 0.5%.
So that was a harrowing experience, but... Man, I can get a stiffy sometimes at the drop of a hat. Literally, someone drops a hat.
Caught it. No, but here's something. I have a mole.
On your penis?
No. Close to it.
Okay.
And to this day still, I'm always keeping an eye on it because... Cancerous moles, you ever...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know...
Aren't all moles cancerous, but some of them are benign? What?
The fuck? I don't know. Well, I mean, I've had this thing ever since I can remember. And...
Ever since I've been poking around down there.
Yeah, exactly. And I had one on my back that, like, I went to the doctor for, and, like, because it's still there. It's, like, looks the same, and the doctor, like, we thought it was going to be, like, the worst thing ever. I was going to have to get it chopped off, and they were like... Pressed it. I waited an hour to see this doctor, and he pressed it, and he's like, "Oh, it's perfectly fine. It's normal. It's not irregular, and yeah, bye."
How old were you?
I was like fucking 14. I don't know.
Oh.
So anyway, I had one on my stomach here that was like pretty raised up. Like, but they say like the cancerous ones are irregular, like
Yeah, that's
looking and they're flat.
Not all moles are cancerous, by the way.
Yeah,
I
I know.
completely made that up.
Exactly. That's what I thought. And that one ripped off when I was a kid one time, and I was like, "Fuck! I
Youch.
fucked myself. I'm gonna die." Like, I didn't know if like fucking with them is a bad thing.
Bruh.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Should you rip them off? So anyway, but nothing ever happened. I'm alive, and that happened like 10 years ago. But there's this one down here, and it's almost like a skin tag. It's so
My
tall.
brother has a skin tag on his neck, and
Yeah,
it always
dude.
grows back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so this thing's like a nasty, like, I mean, it's hidden. It can't be. Unless I groom myself.
You just have me scratching my... Okay.
And it's there, and like, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's still there. And it freaks me out because I like can almost like hold it, and I just want to take it off.
You probably could.
But I just am scared because I don't know like if that's a bad thing to do to moles. Anyway, so that's the closest scare I got to like, damn, I hope there's nothing going on with that one around this fucking area down there.
Apparently, moving away from the nether regions, apparently when I was a baby, my hog was just like so big. I'm kidding. No, apparently when I was...
Oh, there's his arm. Oh, shit.
He's a boy. That's my son.
Cherry.
Cherry. Stop it. Apparently when I was a baby, I was born with like... I always
Nice.
thought like... I don't have a birthmark. Like I don't have any... I've got like a
I
little...
have one on the back of my neck. Hair covers it.
I've
Unless I
seen
buzz
it.
cut.
It's ugly.
It's an angel's kiss.
I have a mole right here. I wouldn't consider it a birthmark. Hair's grown out of it. It's growing out right now. I can pluck it. When I was born, I guess I think it's on this side. I don't even really see the scar anymore. I had a growth right here that I think it was just like a fatty, benign tumor. And so I'm a cancer
lymphoma?
survivor. I don't know. I could ask my mom. Hey, what was my growth? And when I was a couple days old, my mom says she vividly remembers they took me. She's like, well, we can remove it. They took me to the other room. No, I don't think there was any sort of like numbing or whatever. Just cut it off. And she says she can remember my scream, and she started crying. It just hurt her so bad to have
See your son. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. Sting.
Yeah. But then
Here we go, Billy.
one time at camp, my brother, in order for me to like fit in and make friends, so shout out to him.
Fucking loser.
No, he was cool to me.
No, you.
Oh yeah, I was. I've heard your bullying stories where you've cried wolf. Help! I'm getting beat up.
That's horrible.
They show up. Hey, since you're here, you want to play? We told people I got shot in like a gas station robbery, and everyone's like, "Can I see it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like showing people, but
But I'll show you.
it does kind of look like a gunshot wound."
Still?
I don't even know where it is. It could be on the other side.
Man, I guess it healed up good.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's a story I have that I just told.
You know what I just realized? Here's a story. We should patent that. Here's a story, because you say that before you say a story.
You do too.
Here's a story.
That'd be a good shirt.
Here's a story. ...
Bottom at somewhat savants.
Yeah, here's a story.
That's a good idea.
I know. That's why I fucking said it. Give me this.
2+, yeah.
My fucking thing is empty.
2+ hours. Do you need? Oh, I don't have pods.
You don't have pods, dude.
You know what I've been seeing?
What? What have you been
Instagram
seeing?
ads.
For what? Vaping and...
No. You know, it became a meme recently. Like, are you or someone you love a victim of mesothelioma? Well, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Have you seen those?
No.
Have you seen their ads? Like, did you drink Dr. Zack's energy drink in 2012 to 2018? Well, you might be entitled to financial compensation. Call Morgan and Morgan for the people.
But it's like a ridiculous thing followed by.
Yes. Well, the ones I've been seeing lately have been all in regards to Juul.
Oh.
And there's like a picture of a kid like ripping a fatty, just. And it's like, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Give us a call.
But they're real?
They're real law ads.
Well, it's funny you say that because one of my old acting teachers just posted a thing like a Juul. I don't know if it's a class action lawsuit or something.
It probably is. That's probably what that is.
Yeah, and she wrote in her own, like, you can post a link and you can write something.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote, my husband works at, the St. Jude's or the not the Atkins kids
St. Jude's kids with cancer just ripping Juuls.
No, it wasn't that one. It was the Atkins kids hospital, and apparently they had a kid admitted from vaping a Juul, and he was put on a ventilator.
You know what I call that? Bitch lungs. Take a fat rib, kid, Tanner.
Dude, Tanner, I just don't know, man. I've been doing it for too many years at this point.
In all honesty,
I do get shortness of breath when I vape too much.
Oh, when I wake up in the morning and I want that Juul rush, you know what I'm talking about.
And you're like, I gotta sit back, fucking down.
Oh, I lay down.
I'm like,
and then your head swims,
and you're like,
and then Sky's next to you. Are you okay?
No, she's doing the same thing. We both did it.
You're like two fucking heroin addicts.
With fucking dude, that first rip is the best.
First rip of the day.
Never get another one for the rest of the day.
You're chasing the dragon all day. I mean, unless you wait like 3 hours.
Right. Like if you can't vape
or
somewhere.
How about that rip like after a Gator show, like a long show?
Dude, I don't get it. I get it after like when I'm on tour with a family and I can't.
Yeah.
And then like they go on a ride, I do it. I'm like,
you sneak off into the bathroom.
All the people are like walking sideways. Like, yeah, the bathroom in the morning especially. I'm like, holy shit.
We could start a meme page, Vapor Problems.
Oh God, I feel like such a douche.
When's the last time you went into the bathroom and didn't go in the stall? Every time I go in the stall.
Every time. Blow it in the toilet.
I'm sure people see like smoking. They're like, this fucking asshole.
Are you doing a fucking magician show in there, bitch? Get out. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, every time. Every time. There's not a time when I don't go in the bathroom. I've gotten to the point where I don't even go in the stall. I'll be at the urinal.
Oh, no, I don't do that. I'm too embarrassed.
I'll do it, and I'll just blow it down if there's no one around.
Yeah, if no one's around, but then I'm afraid someone will walk in.
I'll just be like, you know how it is.
Vape life. No, I do. I drink a lot of fluids, not alcohol. And so I do.
I drink the latter.
Well, whatever. We both piss frequently. So
I actually thought I had diabetes. I pissed so much at one point. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah, me too. But then it turned into literally every bathroom trip. If I was at my in-laws' house, my parents' house, I do it. I just do it.
Like
vape.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially in like high anxiety situations where you're like, I gotta impress these parents.
Oh yeah.
For the longest time too, like nobody knows. It's not now that I vape openly on the podcast, which I'm still like, I still have a stigma about in my own head.
I do too. I can't stand it.
I've got a stigma. Like, I feel like people watch like, oh, they share it. Like, dogs' mouths are cleaner than people's.
Well, let me tell you something. Don't feel bad because where I work, they would be disgusted about everyone has a vape. There's like, I've never seen so many vapes in one fucking room at one time.
At the car wash, a lot of people smoke.
And they're
vaped.
like, dude, could I hit your vape? Could everyone hitting everyone's vape?
I don't like randos. I had this kid.
It's just like, ugh.
I had this kid, Felix, at the car wash I worked at for a little bit, who he was the one. Remember I said, oh, I used to have a Juul charger. And I gave him, because he's like, my Juul's not charged, bro. I didn't want him to hit my vape so much that I gave him my Juul, my charger. He gave me a pod one time. And it was one of those like bootleg pods that's probably sending kids to the hospital.
Yeah.
But it was stronger. It was like 6%.
Yeah.
And that would fuck me. He was like, I know one where I can get THC, and I'm on probation. I'm like, just get the fuck away from me.
Oh, God.
Obviously, I did not do it. I take drug tests frequently. if you got to go at some point,
No.
I know you just stopped in. But he would just, hey, bro, can I hit that? Hey, bro. And he's just like, the way he looks, his teeth were kind of fucked up. And I'm so passive aggressive. I'm like, yeah. I eventually got to the point where I was like, you got to get your own vape, dude. And then everyone around was like, don't let him hit that anymore. I was like, whatever. And like, he would sit on it for a while because like in between drying off cars or working on a car, we can go sit at the picnic table. That's when somebody will smoke or something. And he would just, he was just annoying because here's some inside baseball on car washes, at least the one I work at. There would be certain, obviously depending on what you get, if you got an outside wash, there's different types of washes. And the ones that would pull into the bay and get vacuumed and wiped down was a star wash. And you're either at the beginning where you're prepping the cars and you spray them with, if they got the bug solution, you scrub the bugs. Love bugs, extra $3. So you're either there, you're on the other side of the tunnel where when the car comes out, you dry it off, hand dry every car, and it's hot. There's no cover. It would get in the hundreds of degrees, and you're out there getting dizzy. It's fucked. I got so dark. You didn't see me like that. I looked Mexican. You're like, this dude's in brown face.
Nice.
But in all honesty, I was just that tan. Or you'd be up in the detail bay doing star washes. And then if there was a wax, you got to take it down there. There's a couple other things, but those are the three, main spots. So this kid, every car that would come through, if I was at dry, yo, Jared, Star? I'm like, if it's gonna come over there, it will drive over there. Every car, he's like, what is that one? I'm like, dude, stop talking to me. Go hit my vape. Just stop talking to me.
Here, shut up.
It was that job. There was some really cool people there, but that job sucked. Don't ever work at a car wash.
I don't plan on it.
It was the only place that would hire me.
Well, hey, here's one for you. Don't ever work in a fast food joint.
Oh, yeah, where'd you work? Burger King?
Burger King for 3 years.
How was it?
Don't be above it. I mean, if you have to take it, take it. I'm not saying that, like, if you need to take the job, you take the job.
That's a much harder job than people give credit for, and I believe probably what they get compensated.
Bro, I fucking hated it.
Stressful.
My first job. But it was, it was whatever. I had a lot of characters working there. It was a franchised one, so it was owned privately by some lady and Pat. And a lot of people that have been working there have been working there forever, Turnover wasn't very high with, like, the day crew. It was, like, the elite day crew. And, like,
There was elitism in Burger King?
Fuck yeah, this one. And I was on night shift most of the time because, I was in school. I was a kid in high school,
Shit.
I had a job. And, I was better than other people. I was working. And
there is, you do feel like I got a job in high school.
I gotta work. Fuckers.
Spend it all on skate gear.
I did. I don't even know. Honestly, what the fuck was I spending money on when I worked at Burger King? Like, I had no bills. I could have saved every penny from there. Anyway, like, I think about that now. Like, what did I spend money on? It's annoying. I hate that. So, I worked there. I made some friends. And, like, of course, I'm a younger person. Everyone was older and shit. And, like, mad characters, though. Mad characters.
Mad.
I had, my buddy Andrew at the time, Copeland, never forget, nice guy, smoked Newports. He was white.
I would smoke Newports.
And he, like, was a musician and, like, you could tell failed. He did not pursue his dreams. He went to, like, music school. He's stuck here. It was just sad in hindsight.
Yeah.
But I clicked with him, and there's the different sections. You got, like, boards. That's where you make the sandwiches. That's where the Whoppers and Whopper Juniors were crafted for the public. And then specialty, which is where the chicken sandwiches and nuggets and fries were crafted for the public. And then you had the broiler. And that was the person responsible for mass producing burger patties.
What about the fryer?
That was specialty.
Okay.
And then you had the window, drive-through. I eventually learned every position. I was a master of the Burger King.
You were the Burger King.
I was the Burger King, as Dane Cook's brother was. So anyway, I became pretty good at the job, and I was like an elite night crew member.
Right.
I could do boards. Like, I would be put on boards sometimes, and I would like have this healthy competition with Andrew of who could make sandwiches faster. I believed I was faster. He believed he was faster. It is what it is. But anyway, it just sucked ass, bro. I fucking hated it. So we'd make a shit ton of food constantly because we were busy. We were like one of the busier Burger Kings, and we get orders of like 10 sandwiches at a time, and it's like, Jesus. Ugh. And my boss, AJ, learned a lot from him. He's like, you know, when you meet people in life and they give you more wisdom than you realize. Mm-hmm. He's the one to always be like, we'd be sweeping at the end of the night, and he would always make us work so fucking hard, like to do extra shit, like scrub the floor, like, all right, pull all that out. You know, he's like this dude from the hood.
Yeah.
Who, like, became a priest. I don't even know what he did in the past life. He was mad thug. Like, he'd still wear a do-rag when he'd come to work, but he was like, had like 10 kids, was trying to, you know, was like a priest, goes to church now.
Hustler.
Yes. Like, he would,
in
like,
a good way.
In a good way. He was nice, though. I loved AJ. And he would make us clean so thoroughly. And like, he had 2 jobs. He'd work all day, and then he'd work night shift at Burger King.
Shout out to him.
And he was like the only one with like a new car. It was, you know. So he would always keep us on our toes, because like when you get an order on the screen, you know, it has the details of how they want their sandwich. It pops up, and Whopper
And people
Jr.
make some complicated ass orders,
Right,
I'm sure.
no tomato, no this, made fresh. That was a very common one, like fresh off the broiler. They wanted that shit plopped off and put right on the bun. Because, hate to ruin this for you, but yes, it's pre-made, a lot of this shit.
No!
We'll make a bunch of patties, and we'll put them in these little pans,
I can't
and they
believe it.
stay in heaters. And sandwiches get microwaved. And
I am in shock.
yeah. So he would go up, and he'd go on his break, and then he'd order something, and like, and then all of a sudden it would pop up, and I swear to Christ, it was like Whopper, 2 bottom buns, no tomato, no onions, cut in half, made fresh. It was like the most complicated order.
Damn, okay.
And he'd always be like walking by, trying to keep you on your toes, gentlemen, and just like walk out.
Hey, I respect
And
that.
I know, I did too. And like, he would, you know, then he would talk to us like late. Like, we would stay late after we'd already closed. And he was such an OG because we had good times, like in time window. Like, we were trying to get food out really fast, and we had our average really low. And like, when whoever would get off, he'd always be like, hey, give me a couple laps. And we would take the car and drive through the drive-thru a bunch of times when it was slow, and it would bring the average down because a car would be like, boop, like 1 second through the window.
Oh.
Yeah, and it would bring the time down. He was like, but he cared that much. It was cool.
We need more AJs in the world.
I know. We called him Boss Man. That's what
Boss
we called
man,
him.
it sounds
Boss Man.
hard
Boss
worker.
Man.
Now, you know I've got to ask you.
What?
You don't need to put any specific people on blast.
Spit in the food?
Just, I feel like it's the thing that we know is happening, but we don't want to know about. The worst I've ever heard, I'll say this before you say yours. My buddy, Matt Proctor, who passed away, said, and his first job was Burger King. He worked his fucking ass off. That dude was a hard worker. Said the worst thing he ever saw was, obviously somebody was a total dick to him, and he saw this kid take his forehead and just go like sweat all on someone's burger.
All right. Well, you're about to be...
Again, we don't have to incriminate anybody.
Nope.
I doubt they're still even working
I'm
there.
going to do no names. I've seen something worse. All right. So I'm back there. And actually, I didn't even see it. I was there when it happened. And that's what makes it so worse. That the person who did it didn't like this person so much, they were openly telling me what they did. So they heard a voice in the drive-thru, because the whole kitchen can hear the orders happening. Like, at least my store, like, not the person taking the order wasn't the only one. Like, it would be on an intercom, like, so we could hear it too, so we could like start doing it quicker. And he recognized the voice. And I guess when they pulled up to the window, he looked for confirmation. And it was this person who they thought it was. And they didn't like them, like, at all. And this person who was about to prepare their sandwich Like literally just finished eating something too.
Would you say they had beef?
I would say that is correct. And he hawked up the nastiest mouthful of spit and spit it right into the sandwich, wrapped it up, and gave it out.
Have it your way.
Yeah. So that was easily. Now, on the flip side, that's the only time I've ever seen it in all my restaurant jobs. It's not common. Like people.
You have had a lot of restaurant jobs.
I've had 4. I've had 4. We're so busy half the time. You don't got time to fuck around like that because it's the pressure of getting the food out is just so on your back. Like no one's fucking with food. You know what I mean? Like I never once was like, puh, like fuck this guy for ordering all this food. Fuck no. I just want to get it done so they can leave so I can go back to fucking off again. That's all I wanted. So yeah, like it's really not that common. So like rest in solace.
Now, what about the restaurant you work at? Won't say the name.
Before the most recent one?
No, the infamous.
Oh, yeah.
Just an example here. You guys, what time did you close?
You're talking about the one I worked at Beachside?
Yeah, what time did the doors shut? I know you close and there's still people in there. You got to serve them.
We would close weeknights 10, weekends 12.
It's Saturday. You worked a double shift.
Actually, it was 10 every night for the kitchen. They were open till 12 for the bars on the weekend.
Okay, regardless, let's just, for this hypothetical scenario, it's late. You close at 12, everything.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking family of 5
Oh, God.
walks in at 11:58. You say, well, we close at midnight. Well, it's 11:58. I'm going to eat. All right. You got to be the one who goes and breaks the bad news to the kitchen. Guys, no!
What do I do?
What's the likelihood of
Them
food
fucking with it?
fuckery then? Higher?
Not high, but the likelihood of them making quality, low.
They try
Slap
to
it together quickly, shittily.
Now,
And the only thing that might be in the customer's favor is that like there's nothing cooked.
so everything's
We
fresh.
might have thrown stuff out, so it might have to be made fresh.
Now, you bring them their food. This isn't what I ordered. I wanted medium rare. This is well done. You can't reverse steak. Make me another. I'm not satisfied. Then the level of fuckery has to.
It's a little higher, but it's still and here's the reason why. It's when it's that dead, if they're the only ones in there, they're watching.
The people?
Mm-hmm. They'll watch. People
What if
watch
it's a closed off kitchen?
It's not all the time.
Right.
Here's a story for you. This is how I know they're watching.
Uh-oh.
I got in trouble at Burger King for doing this. And in hindsight, it was pretty nasty. I don't know why I was doing this.
I think I can assume what it is, but say it.
I was actually not even in the kitchen. I was bagging food. I was expoing. I was at the front. I was hot shot this time. Well, you know my issue with chewing on straws.
Okay. I didn't
don't know if
that, but you chew on straws.
I chew on straws all the time. I chew on them. Like when I'm done with my drink or something, I'll
It's a
like
thing.
I'll chew on the straw.
People do it. It's not uncommon.
Well, I was chewing on a straw, like
Out front.
like a cow,
Front of house.
while bagging food in front of house.
Not a good look.
And they saw it through the window, and they got pissed. Got a full refund. So that's what I'm saying.
That's a little excessive. I wouldn't.
But-
that doesn't warrant a full refund.
But I wasn't near the window. Like I wasn't the one handing the bags out. I would make the bag and I would hand it to the window person.
They just wanted free food.
But they saw me. I'm saying that they were watching, like through past the people they were dealing with to me.
Well, excuse me. Fast food, I think there's a lot less likelihood too, because like McDonald's, I mean, you see the whole kitchen. Unless someone goes in the dark corner and
Like I knew, And like for real though, like why? At some extent, the best. But those restaurants are where people freak out the most, though. I think more
Fast
than real
food?
restaurants. Yeah, you ever watch public freak out videos? I think I brought it up before.
Yeah.
It's always in a McDonald's. It's always in a fucking Burger King. It's always in a drive-through,
Most recently,
and it's always just trash people too.
Most recently, it's been Popeyes.
Oh.
People of all races and backgrounds I've seen freaking out about that damned chicken sandwich.
It's good.
Haven't had it.
It's good. It's
not-
real good.
Is it better than Chick?
Fuck no! It's such a distinct taste Chick-fil-A has. It's
Then-
bigger,
Yeah.
and it'll fill you up more.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's still good though.
No, you're right. I've seen people wig the fuck out in fights. They're hilarious. I love them.
I love it. It's great. I'm just like,
It's
you
the
guys
best
are-
subset of videos. Shit. Dropping things on the floor and picking them back up for reuse, because otherwise
I never did it.
You see it
Like
a patty on the floor.
I've saw at a job another food, not Burger King, the other one. Someone dropped a chicken wing on the floor for like a brief second, and they picked it back up, and they got in trouble. So that's the only time.
I remember at your one, the main one that sticks out in my head, Beachside.
Yeah.
You said there used to be, what was it called? Like Sticky Icky? The ultra secret
the
wing sauce?
sticky chicky or whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't remember. You worked there for a while.
3 years.
My buddy Tommy Urgel, shout out, was a Starbucks barista for a while, and he said everybody would just hate their lives, especially when like a new Frappuccino would come out, and it's just because a Frappuccino is like not coffee, and they get into a groove of like flat white or a mocha latte, just boom, boom, milk, boom, there you go. Frappuccino, it makes them go so out of their way, it just halts the brakes.
Yes.
You have to go so out of your way to make it, and
Right, that was like sticky chicky.
now, and especially Starbucks, and he never, ever, ever once said anybody fucked with anything. And at Starbucks, that'd be impossible. They're literally on top of you. Excuse me. Burpees. But I want some wings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would, that's one of those things akin to showing up late. Like one time we went into, I want to say it was like Firehouse Subs or something, where we walked in way late, or Five Guys, and at like 8:50, and they had to have closed at 9. I walked in the kitchen. You can tell they're like getting ready, and they all rear up, and it was me, and it had to be a couple buddies. I think I was with Matt, and we look at them, and they're looking at us, and we're just we were
standoff.
Well, we were just like, nah, and we just walked out, and you could hear them. They were like, yeah.
That's
So
funny.
That's the kind of people you want.
Yeah, I've done that before. Like where I walked in, realized the place is about to close. I'm like, oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like
Too much.
It's too much. Way too much.
Food was always, for whatever reason, I told myself I'm not going to work food.
It's brutal.
It's a rough environment, too, and very drug-centric. Am I right?
Oh yeah. Pretty much everyone smokes weed. Everyone smokes cigarettes. Everyone will drink, and especially if it's a bar restaurant.
Yeah.
Typically, the whole crew will stay after if the restaurant allows it. A lot of places don't allow that.
I imagine locally owned places probably would.
Yeah.
You can't work at a Chili's and get lit on the job.
Right, or
knowingly.
afterwards. They don't want to know. Like they don't want the waitresses and waiters to like stay after and like, hey, that's who just waited me. They just got off 20 minutes ago and they're drinking, like getting drunk with the other coworker. I don't know. I'm guessing that's why they don't want it. But yeah, you get, because it's a lot of people they can't get out of. The restaurant business is a very interesting place because it's a lot of the times the first job for a lot of people in school. But then it's a crossroad of like, you see people who like their life like fell apart and like this is the only job they can get, or Like they never made it out of the restaurant business. Like they just did. So it's like it's a very mashup of a lot of worlds. That's how it was for me at the beachside one, because there was a lot of young people worked there, and then a lot of the older ones were like been there for like 8 years, and like a lot of the other ones were like worked like 3 days a week because they were still in school.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's just very interesting, you know, to see like that kind of thing, and like it's weird.
Well, I've definitely heard the kitchen can be a pretty vile place. Like,
oh yeah,
the language and
which Gatorland's like that too. So I'm used to it.
Well, y'all are in a pretty
too.
high risk. The car wash was like that.
Yeah, people. Oh yeah, it's kind of it. It's nice being in a workplace where you can like be yourself essentially, and like kind of just be like fuck shit, bitch, you know, and anything goes, and just, you know, get the orders out fast, and I don't even know, and
I'd much rather
it is vile.
I'd much rather that than work in this ultra PC environment
Hell
where I feel
yeah.
like I have to walk on eggshells.
That's why it's kind of hard to leave Gatorland sometimes. I'm like, damn, it's fun to work here.
Yeah,
I don't get paid shit, but yeah, that's how it is in the restaurant biz, bro. Oh yeah, and going from Burger King to the only one I didn't really have that was when I worked at this other restaurant called Katana's. Didn't last long. I was only there for a few months, but there was only like 2 workers in the kitchen at a time, and like one of them was this guy. He was working there forever, and he was older, and he was just like his hands were like permanently like dough making hands, you know, like he'd been making food since he was out of the womb. It looked like, and like he would literally like, I'm gonna go have a smoke, and he'd go out back. And I'd like come to ask him a question because it was way more advanced, that kitchen. Like that's why I didn't last. I didn't know
what kind of restaurant?
Seafood.
Okay.
Like crazy dishes. Like you had to cook things, you know, properly. And I was just like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
And there's only 2 people. How many did it seat?
No. The restaurant sat a lot of people, but like the kitchen wasn't very big. You just had to be good. It was like my friend worked there. He got good at it. And like, do you want to work here? Like, and he just probably spoke highly of me, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And like maybe 3 people max.
Were you cooking?
Yeah, I was eventually trying to learn, but I didn't make it past like the fryer, because I had to hand batter everything.
You cooked at the other place.
Yeah, but it's easier. It's grill.
Yeah,
like this is like pastas and
that's like good bar food.
Fish and you know, it's harder. But anyway, I'd go out to ask him a question, and he'd be like in this little shack back area, like the back of restaurants that no one sees, but it's where everyone chills when you work in a restaurant, you know. And where like the trash goes and all that shit, grease. And he's back there, and he'd be like reading a little thing, and he'd like look up, and like he'd smoke his Marlboro Reds, and like the cigarette would be like this big, and
smoke into the filter,
and the ash wasn't ash, it'd be like that long, and he'd be like, and like it wouldn't fall no matter what he did, and like it was just so bizarre. And so I worked there for like 2 months, and I couldn't stand the smell I had. Like out of all the restaurants, worst smell afterwards, fish and just nastiness. And I was like, I think I'm done, and I quit. Then that's when I went to Beachside.
Again.
And then, huh?
Oh, that was before?
That was before.
Oh.
And you know what's crazy? I worked Burger King the entire time through the other one.
Oh, okay.
And then Beachside, I worked both Burger King and that one for a little bit. Quit Burger King eventually. Worked that one. Then I went to Meg O'Malley's. And I wasn't in the kitchen. Thank God. It was a nice switch up.
That place is crazy.
Oh, yeah. I bust tables, but I made fat tips.
We've been there. We went there.
Yeah, we went there. It's in downtown Melbourne.
It's good.
Fat tips. But
it's loud in there. It's
worked
so
till
loud.
3 a.m.
I hated it. I hate
3 a.m. was not about that life.
Bro, it's so...
It's loud as shit. It's not big, and the band's like...
There's always a band.
Always a band on the weekends.
Yeah, you can't hear yourself fucking think.
No, and they're
that
open
was like
mad
good
late.
Irish, like pub food.
Yeah, it's a completely Irish place.
Ooh,
They
like-
host the big Irish block party. It's dope. But yeah, that didn't last long either. I didn't show up on my last day. I had sinusitis, and like I was in so much pain, and that was the first time I took a pill, and it took
Eesh.
away that pain. My dad gave me one, and I was like, damn. And I understood finally.
Yeah.
That's a completely different thing. But anyway, that was that day, and I remember the next day, the pain was just so much. I'm like, I'm not going in. I just didn't show up for my last day. So it's on the record now. I mean, I was in my 2 weeks, but that was the only time I've never did no call, no show.
What's the status of our favorite hookah spot? Open? The vapor spot? What was it called? Viper Room?
Shit.
The Viper Lounge or something?
It was.
What was it called?
It was called Vapor.
Vapor?
No, it was
The Vapor Lounge.
Yeah, it was a hookah vape. I can't think of what it was called to save my life.
It was red.
Yeah, and it was like we would go there all the time
went
and sit
there a lot.
outside. Yeah, it's where Allie.
Yes.
Yeah. That closed.
Damn. Rest
Yeah,
in
that
peace.
closed.
That was
Yep.
fun. That was like the first and only time. Well, not the only time. Hookah, man, you would get a rush from that shit.
I know, dude.
I enjoy hookah.
Yeah,
I'd
dude.
like one here.
That'd be cool to have one like
A
right
hookah
here.
cast. It would fucking smoke box in here.
That's kind of cool though. You could have it right here. And just
My wife would never let that happen.
we're Hindu now.
And you got to push the little coals. I want melon raspberry.
I'll take the clementine peach.
Clementine peach. I enjoyed that. That was fun. You get a beer.
Yeah, I mean, I really went there for the beer and to chill
Women.
and women.
They hired a lot of attractive women.
But yeah, no, that bitch closed, and I don't know what it is now.
I like
Vapor
downtown
Lounge.
Melbourne. It's a cool area.
Yeah, it's dope. They got new places since you've since the last time you've been. They've got this new brewery called Helen Blazin'. Or Helen Blazes, or whatever the hell it's called. Dope. And then they got another place, Iron Oak. Gary Laser Eyes plays there all the time. They got like a giant fucking fake tree in the middle of it. And like you walk in, it's like
Cool.
it's cool. And then they got, I don't know, a few other things.
We had many a good experiences in some bars. You remember Nashville?
Dude,
Nashville was a great trip.
both times.
Right. Yeah, the one time Zach and I go to work on a Christian movie.
And we
That was my mom's idea. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I auditioned to be in this Christian movie.
Dude, I can't believe we haven't talked
film.
about this yet.
This was when I felt the coolest. I was making pretty good
What was
money.
it, Lifeway?
Lifeway, yeah, and they had
They
a
had
big
a massive
skyscraper.
skyscraper.
Yeah.
Conglomerate.
I flew there in the morning, auditioned, and then flew back that night. I was like jet setting. And I killed my audition. They were like, you would get it. You just look too old. So my mom was like, you know what? They are impressed with people who don't take no for an answer. I think you should go and just volunteer to help them on the set. I was like, okay, maybe something crazy will happen and they'll put us in the damn movie. And so I randomly was like, Zach, you want to go? He's like, I haven't got anything better to do. So we drive to Nashville, stay in like a Hampton Inn, and work like one day on this movie.
That's all it
It was
took
freezing, and then
to
they were
quit.
like, "We appreciate the help and all this stuff. We shoot tomorrow at
They were like
5
who
a.m."
In hindsight, now I'm like, they're probably like, who the fuck are these?
Oh, it was so weird. They're like, "Why are they here?" They would give everybody the instructions, like, "Oh yeah, you two just follow that car." And then the last few days, we just bailed and got drunk in Nashville.
Well, remember the fucking. I end up slating. Remember the guy like went to his car and hid.
Oh yeah, he was freaking out.
He was freaking out.
He had, like,
what happened to him?
He was like the second AD or something.
Right, he like bailed on the job.
He had like a mental breakdown and just sat in his car.
and
Zach-
I was like, take one,
Mark.
scene, Mark. Like I turned it. And remember, the lead actors were little fucking hellions.
yeah, they were crazy.
Running around and like being little shitheads.
and they were mean to us, or they weren't nice to us.
They weren't nice to us. They like looked down on us. I'm like, bitch, I'll kick you in your balls and beat you up. Like you're a fucking loser.
I'm
like,
from LA, La La Land.
Yeah, like I was so pissed. I was not happy. And remember, they like tried calling, like, well, what can we do? Like, didn't they try to hit you up? Like, are you guys coming back?
Yeah, I think we said we were sick.
Yeah. Right.
We got sick from being out in the cold. It was like 30 degrees.
It was cold, dude. My feet were freezing
And
in my
wet.
little measly boots.
It's on that old phone. They had this like $10,000, probably more than that, red camera on a big rig, and they just set it on the ground. And this little kid was like, yeah, bouncing around. He had to be like our age now. He just looked like a little fucker.
He did.
And he was bouncing around, and every bone in my body was like, just step on the camera, just ruin it, ruin this whole thing. Didn't do it, but
weren't we like even talking about like escaping mid-set? Like,
Yes.
because did we last the whole day with them? I think right until we wrapped.
that whole day, yeah, it started early.
and we were like, let's just not come
and
back.
went way late. And then the next
Yeah.
day we went to downtown Nashville, Honky Tonk Drive.
And we went to that
The British
dive
pub.
bar.
It was like
Yeah.
underground British pub,
in
and
this
we got
alleyway.
we bought like 2 packs of American spirits, and we just got toasted. Both smoked a pack of cigarettes.
Woke
and
up
we're just,
like,
oh, I hated it. It was the worst. But that was so much fun. We were just in
So
that bar
much
eating
fun.
fish and chips, just drunk.
And then so now I'm trying to think, why did we go the second time just to fucking go? Because we stopped in Atlanta. Remember when we stopped in Atlanta? And
That was
we
the
went to
first time I ever smoked a cigarette.
Remember when we went to that
No,
McDonald's?
it couldn't have been. Yes.
And the fucking dude, cocaine, weed, he asked everyone one by one in the line in downtown Atlanta if we wanted drugs.
that McDonald's was the plug.
Dude, and then you made friends with that dude at the table, bought him food, and he had the Bible and the dog with him.
Yeah, that was nice. That was
And
when I was
then-
trying to be a good guy.
Dude, and then we got in the car, dipped.
Before that, on the way to McDonald's, there was that we were walking and there was that random interpretive dance.
Yes.
That started in the
middle of the road.
traffic.
In downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, and this big crowd gathered around. These people are just like doing an interpretive dance, weaving in and out of traffic, and everyone's like, "What the hell is going on?"
It was bizarre, dude.
We posted up in the Dunkin' Donuts. Why were we there? Why did we go to Nashville?
I can't remember.
To audition for something? No, it couldn't have been. Were we just like, fuck it, let's go to Nashville?
Wait, was it for the Star Wars? No.
Wait,
Did we both go to that?
I didn't do that.
I think I did it by myself. The
You-
publicity stunt thing. Because I've been to Nashville like fucking 3 times at this point.
I went by myself. Or no, by myself was for that, to audition for that film. And I walked around the city for a while by myself. Why did we go?
Because we stopped in Atlanta and we kept going. And we went to Nashville after.
Were we just driving?
I think we just went to go.
We flew to Iowa.
We flew to Iowa.
I'm thinking it wasn't that.
Because this Nashville trip was when we met the dude who like hustled us. He was like, we were touring around Nashville, the strip. And then he was just like, all right, but you got anything? Remember we had the picture with him.
Vaguely. Well, that I don't. I have a good memory, and
You don't remember this? We went to Nashville and that dude, like we were talking to him. And we walked around with him.
and he was
And
cool.
we're like, yeah, he was cool. Like, man, you're a good dude. And then like he wanted some money at the very end. He
Did
was
we
like,
give him money?
yeah, I think we gave him money. We like took a picture with him. I got a selfie. I'll find the picture.
Was he wearing like all leather, black guy?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. And he was talking like a preacher.
Yes.
Is it nighttime?
Nighttime.
Yeah, I remember this now.
And that trip was separate from the Lifeway trip.
Was it?
Yes.
Why did we go?
I don't know.
I think we were just like, let's do this.
Because I don't think
It
unless stopping in Atlanta was the Lifeway trip, but I
Yeah,
feel
are
like
we
it's not.
conflating 2 trips? You did Star Wars.
Because I went to Nashville by myself to do that, and I stayed in like a Night's Inn. I felt like a straight fucking vagrant, and I was like by myself, and it was nuts. And I was just like sitting on the bridge, like looking at the skyline as the sun went down. Like
Now, the Lifeway, it was like 3 or 4 days, and we only worked 1 day.
maybe that was the same.
We went to
trip.
their skyscraper
yeah,
up in that office, and then we took off from there. I'm thinking, man, I can't think of a legitimate reason we would have went other than let's just go. But I think we did stop in Atlanta possibly for that trip. We were only in Atlanta for like an hour or 2, and I smoked a cigarette.
But I think we might have went a second time because we liked Nashville so much because of the Lifeway trip.
I really...
Or maybe it is one trip and I'm getting confused because I went and did the other Nashville.
I think so, because Atlanta was the first time I had ever smoked a cigarette in American Spirit, and it would make sense that we had a pack of cigarettes
Yeah.
and then chain smoked it later on, and then I was
Right.
fine. Because I smoked a cigarette and was so fucked up. I'm like, Zach, you got to drive
Did I drive?
from Atlanta to Nashville. I drove from here to Atlanta.
Oh, shit. I didn't even remember that.
Yeah. I think it was all one trip, my friend, because there was no right now I can't, but obviously my memory's failing me a little bit.
Yeah, and then maybe my trip because I remember taking pictures of where we were and sending them.
Yeah. And what was that? Star Wars what?
They had an open call. It was to fill the roles that are now Daisy Ridley and the other kid. I forget his name. But yeah, it was a fucking joke. I was like, I'll get there early. No one will be there.
Packed.
Dude, line was wrapping around the goddamn city. I mean,
Did
it was
you meet
insane.
someone there? Probably.
No.
Never mind. I don't know. I'm making
I went by
shit up.
myself. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was a hell of a trip. And then, yeah, we went to some sort of honky-tonk bar in the daytime, got day drunk, had pizza, and then that one dude
Drank
gave us
hella whiskey.
Yeah, and the musician dude, we were like, you're gonna make it. And he gave us his card.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that all had to be the same trip. Now I'm remembering that guy. We were walking around near that Jack's barbecue spot, and it was
the strip, main, like,
Yeah.
with all the music bars, right by the convention center.
Yeah, we went to that Loveless Cafe for chicken and waffles.
Mhm.
That's on my Instagram.
Yeah, that's right. We did go there.
What year was that? Like 2014? Does it really matter, I guess? I don't know. I'll let you get out of here soon. I know you don't want to stay too late. I don't think it necessarily matters. Let's see how far back on my Instagram I can go. I don't post much. Lifeway. Well, here, September 4th, 2014, I posted about the Lifeway building, posted the skyscraper. Now, where's Loveless Cafe? Because that was you and I's trip. Okay. October 21st, 2014. Now, what we probably had to have done was I auditioned and then they filmed a month or so later. It all had to be the same trip.
Right.
I'm glad we figured that out live on the air.
I know.
That's hilarious, though.
Yeah, it was good
We've
times.
had some great trips, and we're going to have many more. We're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
take this bitch on the road.
Ready. I'm excited.
Me too.
All right, bro. Well, I tell you what, it was a nice stopping in. All right, bro.
See you.